Hi, Allie.
Hello. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, good. You can actually
Good.
hear me today.
I
I
can hear
got my
you
computer
today.
sorted out.
Good.
It took a bit, but I got it sorted.
Good. I'm glad. You guys can hear Wade in there. He's working out still. He's getting ready for tomorrow. He's almost done. So, well, it's good. It's a good to see you guys coming on. I got a stretch tonight. I can't hardly reach my phone.
This might be my last one for a week or so because I might be out of Wi-Fi cell range.
You might be what?
I'll be going out of cell range for a while, so.
Oh, will you?
I'll be online for a bit. Finally getting my ship off the dock, so yeah.
That's cool.
Yes, yeah. Big reef. We're finishing up a big refit, so.
We're going to give everybody a few minutes to get on here. So far, we've only got 5, and we usually have 20 or so, close to 20. So we're going to have to hold up a minute. Maybe everybody's coming. Let's hope. Cross our fingers. Oh, my goodness. It's weird that I don't have more people asking to come on than that. Oh. Well, it has been a good day. Who we got on? We got Sophie on here. Hey, good to see you. We got Beth Hicks. We got Marlene and me. We are a small group tonight. Let's give it one more minute and see if we got somebody else coming on. Wow, this is the smallest group we've had, I think, in a long time. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. We'll give it a minute.
They're all off doing squats or push-ups somewhere.
They might be, actually. They definitely might be. Sophie, did I put you in a WhatsApp group yet?
Yep, I am.
Okay,
That's
good.
how I got on here.
Okay, good. Good. Oh, yeah, that is right. Okay. Yes. Let's see. We just got somebody else coming on. No, Beth Hicks. No, let's see. Mira. Woo, girl. You're here. We're slim pickings tonight. We only got 6 people so far.
Oh.
Everybody's freaking wore out from all their push-ups and almost sit-ups, push-ups and all that stuff, huh? The challenge.
I don't know if Angela's coming or not because she literally just got into Arizona and they've been driving all day. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And coming.
I understand. So
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Rona's not going to be around much longer. She is going out to sea. If you didn't know, Sophie, Rona is a ship captain in Canada. I was going to see her react. In Canada.
Oh, Canada. Oh, okay.
I was waiting for her reaction.
Southern take on it, inflection.
Nice to see a Canada here.
How's it going, eh?
She says A, I think it's so cool. Roxanne said she can't make it tonight. She just texted me. But so let's go ahead and get started because we're at 6:33. If more people come on, we'll let them in, of course. But we're going to go ahead and get started. So first off, tell me how you guys are doing. How's the challenge going? Are you sore? All that jazz?
I'm a little sore.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Sophie, have you got involved in all this stuff?
You know what? There's so much to take in that I'm trying to learn my fitness app. I uploaded the paid version, so I've been navigating through that and it's driving me crazy. And then I'm trying to find the challenge, and thank you whoever sent me that challenge. I'm going to kind of type it up and then take it from there. But you'll have to explain to me how that challenge works and how it all happens, and then I'll just kind of listen in.
Yeah, it's basically based on a point system. And so it's how many push-ups, how many squats, or how many planks you can do each day. And the ladies are doing it. And so they're posting them online each week, which really starts to motivate you because then you're like, I got to catch up. Oh my gosh. Somebody's outdoing me. And that's basically what it is. And making sure you're getting your coach calls and your water. Is there something else to your nightly check-ins? And so it's really our focus on it is to really everyone do their very, very best, because spring is almost here and we're wanting everybody to just, everybody's got these goals. And so that's what it's all about. And whoever gets the biggest numbers will win $100. So it's about some money too. So that's always fun.
So we post our results on this WhatsApp's group, correct?
On the private Facebook group,
Okay, got
only
it.
on Monday. Every Monday, you tally up all your stuff from the week and you post it on there and you put it on a report online, and that's a little Google document. I'll send the Google document out to your WhatsApp.
Okay,
I'll tell
perfect,
you more
thanks.
about it later.
Okay, perfect, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but it's pretty. No, don't be sorry at all. I'm glad you asked. It's good. You need to know. You need to know what's going on around here. You're brand new. We got to tell you some stuff. All right. So I know Marlene said she's not getting that sore anymore, but Marlene's been a while and she is killing it. Everybody on here is killing it. I love that Rona, I know somebody must have hollered at her because she's gone for a minute. Being a ship captain and then going into these meetings kind of makes it hard, but she put a video on our private Facebook group. I thought that was so cool. Mira, what's your dog's name?
Oh, I'm unmuted. Okay. Luna. This is my dog.
Luna. Yeah, I think I've heard you say Luna before.
Yeah, she's a border collie. She's a smooth coated.
Oh,
But-
she is pretty.
Thanks. Yeah, she's
Very-
I got Angeli's dogs here too.
Oh, do ya?
Yeah. They all want to be
So-
on right now.
Sophie, if you didn't know, Mira and Angelique are identical twin sisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice,
and they're
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Here comes Tanya. All right, so let's get started. I wanted to talk to you guys about something I was saying the other day. Most of our women, I work with women in the ages of 18 to unlimited, right? I think our oldest client so far is 78. And so that's pretty cool. Youngest is 18, but the majority of our clients, probably 90%, I would say, are between the ages of 40 and 60, right in there. Okay. So I work with a lot of women at that age, and I'm going to tell you, I see the same thing a lot over and over again. And I wanted to share that with you guys. And I really think it's very important. I kind of talked about it a little bit on my page the other day, and I don't know if you guys saw it, but I talked about it. And I think it's very, very important. First of all, I want to tell you a little story I love about my grandmother. My grandmother's been dead for a very, very long time. And she was born in 1909. So when I was young, she was old. I only remember my grandmother being very old. She always looked like 80, and she wasn't, but she always looked so old. And she was one of my favorite people I have ever met. And when I was young, she would tell me stories. Well, there's a few she didn't tell me because she was this 5'2" lady and just this little tiny thing. I'm 5'9", so she was a little short thing compared to me. And she was spunky. I mean, she was going to take care of herself. She's going to take care of her family. And that's just how she was. But when she was about 50 years old, she found out that my grandfather was having an affair. And apparently this was not the first time. All right. And so the way she found out was, everyone ironed their clothes with the ironing board, and she was ironing my grandfather's clothes. And in this clothes, she found a matchbook, and it had a woman's name and phone number on it. Oh no, right? And she saw the name and she said, that lady has been hanging around the restaurant. My grandmother owned a restaurant, and on the other side, my grandfather owned a gasoline station with a little store in it. And she said, that woman has been hanging around our restaurant gas station. She knew who she was. And she figured it out. And one time Grandpa came home and his shirt or something smelled like perfume. And so my grandmother said, here she is, this tiny little thing, 5'2". And she had my mom when she was in her 40s. So it was 1956 when she decided to divorce my grandfather, or 1959, something like that. She was close to 50. And what makes me laugh about it is she said that she was going to divorce my grandfather. He was going with a girl that was twice or half his age. He was 50, she was 25. And it made my grandmother so mad. And she was so mad. She said, "That's it. I'm going to divorce you." And back then, I mean, it was a huge deal. A woman did not divorce a man. I mean, it was basically, you just don't do that. This is 1950 something. Women, that is not your place. She was married to my grandfather 29, almost 30 years. And the reason I know that was because of what the judge looked at her and said, and I'll tell you that in a minute. But she decided she was going to walk in that courtroom and she was not going to let anybody feel sorry for her. She was not going to let anybody feel sad for her at all. She said, so what I did was went out and got me a pretty pink dress. She got her a pretty pink dress and the best heels, the prettiest heels. She fixed her hair, she glammed it up, and she walked strutting into that divorce court. She wasn't gonna let anybody think that she was sad. And my grandfather got one over on her. That's just how she was. So she walked in there and she said, the judge looked at her and said, "Ma'am, any woman been married 29, almost 30 years ought to know better." Well, my grandfather was the one having the affair, but he was scolding my grandmother. And she spoke up. She was so mad that he said that, and I can't remember what she said, but the judge got so mad at her. He said, "If you speak out again like that, you're in contempt of court. Would you like to go to jail today, Mrs. Lewis?" And she said, "No." And he said, "Well, if you speak out one more time like that, you're going to jail today." And she told the judge that she wanted the house. And the judge said, "Well, I'll tell you this." He said, "I really think that's a dumb move for you to do. But if you want the house," he didn't like my grandmother at all. She was cocky. "You want the house? You're welcome to have the house, but you're not going to have, your husband is not going to be paying anything on that house. You need to pay for it by yourself." And she said, "Oh, I will." And I'll tell you what, she was one of those women. And she rose up in the 1950s, raised my mom on a single woman's income in the 1950s, ran her own business, and paid her house off. Now, it took her a whole lot of years, but she paid that thing off, and she was so proud that she didn't need a man. She was one of those women who was just strong, little tiny, but strong. And I remember as she got older, she was so inspiring to me, but there's lots of stories about her. But when she got older, she would tell everyone her age. She was so proud of how long she lived. And I remember her saying, "I'm 70, whatever she was." And she'd always round up to the next year. And I remember telling her one time, "Grandmother, it's still October and you just turned whatever age it was, and you're telling them you're almost the next age." She said, "Honey, I'm just so proud of how old I am." She said, "I'm just so proud that I've got to live this long." And whenever I was, the reason I'm telling you this was whenever I was in the music industry, and I talked about this a little bit, when I was in the music industry with my daughter, and we were on The Voice and did all these cool things, and I was afraid to tell anybody my age. Well, we were a mother-daughter duo, and here I was, the mother. I'm not supposed to be under 30. The music industry wants you to be under 30, and I definitely wasn't. I was in my 40s and going on 50. And so I remember walking into Rascal Flatts manager's office. They were talking to us. They wanted to take us on at one point and be our managers. And I remember them asking me how old I was. And I remember stumbling because I've been trying to hide my age all this time. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I almost lied. And then I looked at him and I said, "Well, and I started out almost apologizing. "Well, I am on a mother-daughter duo. I'm not going to be under the age of 30. My daughter was, but I wasn't." And finally I said, and they just sat there and said yes. And I finally said my age. And immediately I was discredited. immediately. It was, you're just too old, you know. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I thought, oh, here I am, you know. And the reason here's the reason I'm talking to you guys about this. There's so many limitations for women still. Thank God it's not like it used to be. It isn't where my grandma walked in and a judge looked at her and basically thought she was an idiot for leaving a cheating man. And how dare she, and how she should have stayed in the relationship. And thank God it's not like that, right? But there's still all these standards for us as women. And so when you ladies come on, I love Rona. And the reason why I talk about you being a ship captain so much, the reason that it makes me so proud, as you can imagine, is that you are a woman. And in America, I would think it would be very odd for there to be many women that are ship captains. Growing up, going into the air, I wanted to go into the Air Force, and I wanted to fly. And at that time, you know, my daddy said, you don't want to go into the Air Force. My daddy was an Army man, and he said, I'll fight you in the front yard, and if you win, you can go sign up for the Air Force. But if not, then we'll just bring you back here in the house. My daddy said that because he was afraid for me as a woman to go into the armed forces, because he knew how women were treated in the armed forces. And because I was a woman, most likely I would not be allowed to be, at that time, to be in the portion of the Air Force where I could fly a jet. It didn't matter, you know. So Daddy very much discouraged me by saying that. My dad would never hit me like that or anything. So that's just not my dad. But my dad was very, very stern about it. But I want to tell you guys this. You know, we let so many limitations as women stand in our way. You know, we take on the identity a lot of times of I'm too old, or and I don't want to tell anybody my age. And I heard somebody that is a very, very sweet friend, and she is a former client, say this to me the other day. She said, you know, I've been so depressed. Come on in here, Wade. Because I am turning 50 and I'm depressed about it. And I understand that. I remember when my mom turned 50 and my mom cried and cried and cried, you know, and I asked her, Mom, what is wrong with you? And she said this to me. She said, you know, I'm 50. I'll be 50 soon. Or she just turned 50. And she said, I feel like I've been such a failure with my life. I've never done anything with my life. You know, most of our clients are 50 years old, close to. Most of our women are right in that age group. And I wanted to talk about this today. And I know we talk about weight loss all the time, right? We're a weight loss company. So what does that have to do with this? I believe it has a lot to do with this. And I'll tell you why. Because these kind of things impact our confidence as women. You know, to tell somebody how old we are almost as like we say, well, I'm old, you know, or we laugh it off and we act a fool about it because we really don't want to tell them our age. And we, you know, we hide it. We hide our age. We don't put it on our Facebook. And, you know, we don't want anybody to know. And we feel like we are failing in so many areas and even in weight loss. And that's why so many of you come to me. That's why so many of you come to me, because number one, you can't figure it out. Things don't work the way they used to. It's not as easy as it used to be to lose the weight. And many of you are not only that, and some of you are trying to take your life back. Others of you are just don't want to go down easy. You're like, I'm fighting this with all of my might. Others of you are just sick of the weight and the hormones. And, you know, here's what I want to say to you. You guys come to me for all these different reasons. But so many of us that come here don't really have much hope. We have these small little dreams. And we think that life is about over at 50. And the reason I'm telling you is that I thought when I turned 50, my life would be pretty much, that would be it. I had the job I had, but it wasn't, I left the music industry. I left my home. I left my marriage. And I'm not condoning divorce at all. But I'm so glad I got a divorce, but I'm not condoning it. But so many of us, so many women that come on here are going through many life changes, the kids leaving home, and then wondering, now, who am I now? What is my identity? How do I fit in this world? And a lot of us lose hope. And we come here to fight for our weight loss and our best body and to get it back and to find ourselves again. And that's what I'm finding with a lot of women here. We're looking to find ourselves again. Find a part of me that maybe was never there, or a part of me that feels like it's gone. And that's a noble thing. I came here tonight with this. We always talk about weight loss, but I came here tonight with this thought on my heart that I want to share with you. I walked away from everything. I walked away from my career, my marriage, everything I owned. I borrowed my son's car and it was reckless. But I will tell you this, that I thought at one point my life was completely over. I didn't walk away thinking, oh, there's so much better out there, I'm going to go after it. I walked away because I couldn't take the pain of where I was anymore. And I would rather walk away from everything than stay in that type of pain. I didn't have really any hope of anything. I didn't know where I'd get a job. I applied at Lowe's and they turned me down and told me I was unqualified. And when that happened, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm not qualified to even clean a toilet. Are you serious? So it hit me hard. So I had to start over. And I will tell you this, my 50s have been the best years of my life, the scariest, and a lot has changed, but they have become the best years of my life. And so that I hope that when you guys come on this program, and so many of you are here today, I hope that us ladies, I hope that all of us ladies start saying our age out loud and are proud of it, like my grandmother was. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we are privileged. We are so privileged to be at this age and to have the knowledge we have and to live in this day and time, not like where my grandmother was in the 50s that I told you about, but to live in a time where we can rise up and do things like Rona's doing. We can be, if she wants to be a ship captain, there she sits, and there's things that we can do as women. We can change the world as women. Yes, we still have limitations on us. We do. But I want to tell you what, I hope that this weight loss thing touches you in every area of your life like it has. And I bring Gina up all the time. And I love Gina Williams. Sophie, you probably haven't heard of her yet, but she lost 80 pounds on our program. We're going to do another interview with her. We keep saying that we need to get down there. She is from Alabama.
Decatur, Alabama.
Lost 80 pounds, hit her goal around Thanksgiving of last year. And when she came on, she didn't know if she could do the weight loss thing, and she wanted to lose 80 pounds. And just to write it down, her first weight goal was 160 something. She said just to write it down felt like immediately when she took her pencil to the paper, felt like I will never get there before she could even write the numbers on the paper. She said she went to write 165 and she thought, if I write that down, I can't write it down. I don't think I'll ever get there. Her goal, she ended up at 135 pounds. Isn't that crazy? She passed it, but she didn't think she'd ever make it to 165. She didn't believe in herself. But I want to tell her story, and she tells it on a video, but I'm going to tell it, and we're going to have her retell the whole thing because it's amazing. She came on and she thought, I don't know if I can do this, but no matter what, I'm not going to give up on myself this time. She said, all my life I had given up on myself. And she said, I just thought, I don't care what the scale says. I am going to do this no matter what the scale says, I am not going to quit until I hit my goal. And she made a resolve with herself. She said, I'm not quitting. I don't care how long it takes me. I'm not quitting, and I'm going to keep going. And that's exactly what she did. But when she started to lose the weight, here's what happened in her. Inside of her rose a confidence that she did not have. Her marriage was falling apart. She hadn't told anyone. She has twin girls, Mira, and they were getting ready to graduate. And she said, we were already sleeping in separate rooms, and her and her husband, she said, we talked about after the girls graduate, we'll go ahead and divorce. But something in her started rising up. And as she lost the weight, she started getting confidence. And she said, she wrote us this big, long email, and Wade and I get up really early. We read it in the morning. It was long, and it said, I don't know. Basically, this was it. I don't know if my husband will receive this or not, or if he'll reject me, but I'm going to try to save my marriage. And because she was losing the weight and seeing success, this confidence inspired her to do other things in her life. That was number one. She started reaching out to her husband, trying to be very kind. Where she had been angry before, she was kind, and started to be very caring. And her husband received it. And long story short, their marriage is the sweetest. It is completely restored. A most amazing marriage. They are giddy like young kids that just fell in love. And then it started taking on this whole thing inside of her life, where she has always been in management at her company and always been a great employee. She said, but honestly, she said, I just started going through the motions. And she said, I decided I wasn't going to do that anymore. She said, I decided I was going to start caring about my job again. She started getting to work early. She started caring about her job. She said, heck, I'm going to do the best in every area of my life. Then she started running races, 5Ks. Can you believe that? She started running 5Ks, and now she's inspiring women in this group every day. She is an amazing woman. With me, I'm telling you guys this because with me, the first thing I started was with my diet. Every area of my life was a failure. I was, at that point, I'll be really honest. I loved my children, but I was a crappy mom. I was just broke down. I was just sad. I was edgy. I was having panic attacks, and I was just not in a good place. And I was drinking too much. I started drinking and never had a problem with alcohol in my life, but I was drinking and every single night and way more than I should, and sitting on a bed and one day it hit me right as I turned 50. You could sit here on a bed and watch TV at night every night from a nursing home. Is this how it's going to go down? And that was a turning point in my life. The first thing I started doing was going to the gym, and I started working out, and it started changing my life. I decided that I was going to be stable. I was going to be steady, and I was going to go to the gym, and that's what I was going to do. And I wasn't going to quit on myself this time. Pretty much the same thing Gina did. Through that, you know what happened to me? Through that, I met this amazing man sitting beside me at the gym, and I fell in head over heels love. I married when I was young because I was pregnant. I had never known love, and I'd always wondered if it had existed. My ex-husband, I talked to him about it. He used to tell me, you watch too many television shows, too many fairy tales. That's a fairy tale. Those things don't happen. And I got my fairy tale right here. After the age of 51. And you know what? My kids at first were so angry with me for leaving their father, which I completely understand. They're grown, but they were still angry. And they now fell in love with their stepdaddy. They love him so very much. And they're so thankful that I met Wade, because my daughter told me, she said, Mom, I never talked to you about this before, but I knew there was a problem, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. And she said, but I knew that there was a problem, and I'm so glad that you found love. And you know what? Here I am sitting here, couldn't get a job at Lowe's. I worked at ClickList for $11.25 an hour, and there's nothing at all wrong with that. But it was a job I took that allowed me to just zone out. I didn't even have to think. and I just shopped for others, put their stuff in bags, went and shopped for the next person. And so what I did, actually I was shopping for multiple people, but you know what I mean, at the same time, but just put the stuff in bags, put it in there and go on back. So here's the thing. From that, change in my fitness changed every area, affected every single area of my life. Why is that? Just like Gina, why is that? Because I found confidence. I found confidence and strength in myself. Some of you guys come on here and you get to see how strong you really are. You get to see that you're stronger than you believed, because some of you have given up on yourself. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. I want you to look. Here's one thing we don't do enough. You guys don't look at your accomplishments so far and give yourself any credit. And I want you to look at those accomplishments, those things that you're doing. How many squats, how many push-ups, how many planks you're doing, how you've changed your diet, how you've changed your water. Yeah, you're not to your goal yet, but look how you're changing your life. Look how strong you are. Beth Hicks said she couldn't do one push-up. Now she's dropping on the floor doing 10 at a time. She couldn't do one. Look how strong you are, how far that you have come. Give yourself credit. Don't be ashamed of yourself anymore. Don't be ashamed of your age anymore. Be proud of yourself. I'm going to tell you, the first time I told people my age, it was the scariest thing I ever did. I went on YouTube and I just made a YouTube video, and I was still in music at that time. And I said, I think I was 50. I turned 50, and I just told people, I said, I'm not going to hide anymore. I'm not going to be afraid of my age. I know the music industry doesn't like it. I'm not accepted. That's okay. I'm 50. If you reject me because of my age, that's okay. I'm 50. I was so nervous about making that video, but I did it, and it freed something in me. I want you guys to be able to speak out and speak up and be proud. Don't hide. Don't regret it. Don't regret your age. Be proud of it. You got to live to 50. You got to live to 60. You got to live to older than that. Some people don't make it to 30. Be proud of it. Be proud of being a woman of age. There is nothing wrong with us. We are not less than. We're still sexy. We're still hot. We still got it. And I can rock a man's world. So you know what? I don't care anymore. And you can too. Larry's looking at me like, whoa. But I want to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. He's laughing. I want to tell you the truth that the skills that we've gained, wherever we've gained them, are a blessing. We're smarter than we've ever been. We have more wisdom than we've ever had. Let's just love ourselves. Let's love where we are in life. Let's embrace our strength and quit dumbing ourselves down. And let's rise up and be champions. Our life is not over. Our life is not over by any means. For some of us, it's actually just starting. Kinda. We don't have children anymore. Maybe we've had children our whole life. Maybe you still have children at home. But you know what? Something changes in you. And we need to embrace those changes and be empowered by it. So I hope that this journey of all this dedication and commitment that you're putting in to yourself adds value to your life. You are not here to just lose weight. You're here to be your best self. That's why you're here. And your best self means that you're healthy, that you're looking your best, that you're feeling your best, and quit comparing yourself to everybody else, because there's only one unique you. Don't compare yourself to me. You be your best you, and thank God that you are your best. There are so many different qualities. Imagine if, I have women come on here all the time, and I think it's so sweet. I want to look like Allie. I want to be like you, Allie. What if everyone was just like me? how boring and how annoying this world would be. Thank God that you're not. Thank God that you're not. Thank God that you are beautifully and wonderfully made, that you are so unique. Even Mira and Angelique, you're identical twins, and you are so much alike, but you're also uniquely different. And I love that. And so, you know what? That's what I wanted to share with you today, is I want you to take this whole weight loss journey. I want you to give it your best shot, because I want you to give you your best shot. You're fighting for you. You're fighting for your best. You're fighting for your health. You're fighting for your longevity. You're fighting for your sexy back. You're fighting for what your dreams and your desires are, and you can make it. And you can do this. Fight for yourself. Believe in yourself. Even if no one around you believes in you, you fight for you. I'll believe in you. Wade will believe in you. We will believe in you. You fight for it. No one believed in us very long. It wasn't very long ago. I'll be 55 and I was 51, and there wasn't a soul believed in me. My mom thought I was crazy. And Wade's family has always believed in him and loved him. But when he was 50 and he moved back in with his parents, how did that feel?
Felt pretty low.
Yes.
Well, thank God for him, because I would have probably been under a bridge somewhere, to be perfectly honest. So,
Yeah. And here we are with a roof over our head, an amazing group of women and men that we get to work with and meet with from all over the world. So I hope that you see Wade and I, and you look at us and you see hope. Hope physically, hope in every area of your life. Because we sure as heck haven't arrived. But I hope that you can see in the making how much we have changed. And I hope that you have hope physically for changes in your body and in every other area of your life. That's what I want to see. Boy, I've preached today, haven't I? I'm on a soapbox.
you done?
Yeah, I'm done. I kept them way over time. It's 7:07.
Okay.
We'll make it snappy. We got to go.
I just got here.
I don't care. They got to go.
I just want to know
Sophie's hand's about to fall off. She's been holding that phone the whole time.
where are all of my victims? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. How are you guys feeling after a week of it?
I already asked him this, and guess what?
Feeling good?
Angelique said what? Mira, what'd you say?
I said, I'm pretty sore.
I want you to say that because he finds joy in it.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you're
He
not,
loves it.
I want you to be sore. I want you to be sore to a certain point, okay? Because that shows progress, all right? If you're sore, that means you've broken that muscle down and it needs to heal. That's the sore process, okay?
Mhm.
Now, tomorrow, I don't have any sympathy for you. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that it's arm and shoulder day before it all comes down.
Bye,
Okay.
Rona.
Because we're picking up the intensity, which is good, but I don't want you to where you can't get off the couch. I don't want you to where, you can't lift your arms or anything like that, but it's progress. If I didn't challenge you, then it wouldn't be much of a challenge. So I always think of it as that I love you guys with all my heart, but I'm going to try to break you down, okay, for the rest of the month. Okay. It's got to be that way. I'm sorry.
Hey, Wade.
That's what you pay me for. So you're welcome.
Hey,
What were you
Wade.
saying? Go ahead.
I once had a trainer, and I used to say to him, "You're killing me." And he'd always say, "No, I'm helping you live."
That's
It
right.
was very, very good.
Absolutely.
So good. Look at your face. Goodness, girl, you have changed.
You think?
Yeah, your face looks so slim.
We want to be strong 20 years from now.
Yes.
We want our bodies to be physically strong, because in so many instances, people allow their bodies to break down, which causes more complications. So when we're 80, we want to be strong.
Yeah, we want to still meet you guys on here when we're 80.
That's right.
We'll fly over to your state and we'll do something fun. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Still living a good, healthy life.
Yeah,
what we want.
that's what we do this for. So I just wanted to make sure that my victims were still living.
You were awful.
Nobody's conked out on me.
Nobody's conked out.
Okay.
All
I
right.
do want to say that the first week's calculations have been done. Everybody's
Oh my gosh, you guys are killing it. So
everybody's
proud of
killing
you.
it. Everybody's killing it.
Yes. Sophie's not because you just started, Sophie. You
It's
don't
okay.
have to.
It's all
You
right.
know what? And if you need any help, or I remember this, you don't have to wait till coaching call. You can text me, call me, all
Yeah.
that jazz. Okay.
Just send me the challenge. I want to start that challenge.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Go into it slow and we'll tell you, you can be hurt. It's okay to go slow.
I'm going to
if you
say one
start.
more thing. and then
You got a
we're out.
I want to
lot.
hurt.
Yeah, she will. And you know what? I had a lady reach out to me. She said, what should I be doing? Because I'm just starting. And she said, I'm so sorry. I can't. She said, it took me from Friday till Tuesday to be able to walk normal. And that's not good.
That's not
That's
good.
not good.
No.
So I told her, if she wants to continue to work out, as Wade works out, then to do half. For every rep he did, she'd only do one. So
Yeah.
she'd do one, let him do another, and she'd do the next one. So you got to start out slow.
Yeah,
so
you do.
You can't be able to not walk all week.
No. And I try to say that in the beginning of every video that you got to do this at your own pace. Okay. I don't care if you can't do but 5, then do 5. And the next go around, when we do legs or when we do abs or when we do arms, do 6 or 7. So just build blocks. Okay. Eventually you'll get up to the 15 or 20 or 75 that I'm doing. So I'm just
Oh
kidding.
gosh.
All right. I'm going to say this. This is very serious. It doesn't have anything to do with the challenge. I just want every one of you to know this. This is very important. I want you to remember. You have to do this for you. You don't do it for anybody else. And you don't care what anybody else tells you. And you don't care what anybody else thinks. You have to do it for you. I want you to remember that. All right, I'm out.
We love you guys. We're going to let you go. Have a great night. Good seeing you. Bye, ladies.